Hello, Filmo. Hello, Black History. What is going on? And so we meet again. It's been a year since we were here for this gathering. And I'm just going to get settled. Yeah, it's that time. How you guys doing? Thanks for coming out on this beautiful Saturday as we celebrate Black History, making Black History right here. It's the second annual gathering. The San Francisco Police Department has put on this amazing, powerful event. If you don't leave here with goosebumps, then I just don't know what to tell you. Let me take a second to introduce myself. The voice might sound familiar. I am from 102.9 KBLX. My name is Kimmy Taylor. Kimmy T from the Dream Team. I want to thank you, everybody here, for supporting me over the last 20-something years that I've been there. But you can check me out early in the morning, Monday through Friday, 5 to 10 a.m., alongside Tony Sco, Rudy Ortiz. So we just have a good old time, and thank you very much. But I just want to thank every one of you who have gone above and beyond to tell everybody about this fantastic event that we're having in San Francisco. And before we get started, we can't thank people who don't donate their hard blood, sweat, and tears to make things happen like this. I'm talking about our event partners, Cruise, Lyft, Each Foundation, SF Safe, the San Francisco Human Rights Commission, San Francisco Rec and Park, the Office of Economic and Workforce Development, of course, Project Level, Old School Cafe, Yvonne Southern Sweets, Johnny's Donuts, the Golden State Warriors, the San Francisco Giants, and of course, the San Francisco 49ers. So, before it's too late, be sure to let everybody know, take plenty of pictures, share them on your Instagram, your social media, because that's how the word gets out about these kind of events, is when you let people know where you were and how you are celebrating Black history. So today, we are celebrating a theme of voting rights. We are celebrating when African Americans got the right to vote. And this is so perfect considering what is going on, not in only city or state and as a country nationwide. So I encourage everybody to go out this Super Tuesday and make sure that your vote counts, all right? And we want to acknowledge, of course, our Police Chief William Scott. A round of applause for him, please. And of course, everybody in the house, the elected officials, department heads, commissioners, community leaders, the families, the students, the friends, the relatives, and loved ones. Give yourself a hand for coming out today, please. And of course, as you're making your way in, we heard great music, the Jasmine Flowers Band, and right over my shoulder, the official DJ of your Golden State Warriors, DJ D-Sharp, is in the house. And lastly, the committee, the people who go behind the scenes to make sure that events like this happen, our event committee, Derek Brown, Big Rich, of course, our friends Danielle Banks, Tiffany Sutton, Cheryl Davis, and Sergeant Ray Pradmore. All right, you guys ready to get started? Now that the pleasantries are out the way. All right, the first person I'd like to bring to the stage, we saw him last year. This is going to get the energy going, put a smile on your face. Give it up for our friend, Brother Clint Stockwell. Libations, let's go.
How's everyone? It's a wonderful, wonderful thing to be here with you. I wanted to give big ups, love, and praise to Chief Scott and his command staff, Sheriff Miyamoto and his command staff, and all of the dignitaries and good-looking people here in the room. You know who you are. Right now, in the African tradition, I would like to ask permission from the elders to continue. If you are 60 years or older, you can be a part of this by just saying, Ashe. There you go. You have to teach the young people to get the advice and counsel of the elders. That way they can go forward in a righteous way. Libations is the pouring out of liquid in honor of those people who have passed away. With one person pouring libations into a plant or the ground, we evoke the memory of those who have come before us, When I pour the water, you say, Ashe. Now we're all speaking an African tongue. We all have our common denominator. There was a time when there were no races, only Africans. We all come from the same exact place. Over the time, over the millennia, over the sun rising and setting, all things have come as they are today. But some things were forgotten. Black history is American history. You can't have black history without American history. You can't have American history without black history. It's kind of like telling a story that goes, there was a man, there was a woman, the end. You kind of leave something out and you want to go back and you want to put those pieces in. So I love pouring libation because it's an opportunity for us to remember those who came before us and whose shoulders we stand on and are obligated. When I pour this water and that water cascades and you say, Ashe, you're speaking an African tongue. Ashe is amen. Ashe is bless you. Ashe is you go. Ashe is I agree. Ashe is so be it. Ashe is mm-hmm. So if you found $1 on the ground, you could say what? Ashe, yes. I pour out a little love for all those great Africans that were marched across the interior of Africa, taken to the West Coast, put into stinky dungeons, marched out to slave ships, taken out to the Atlantic. Each ripple in the ocean is a grave for an African who refused to be a slave. Ashe? We pour libations because we want to remember. When you are dead, you have died. But when people stop saying your name, you are truly dead. The legacy that we leave behind is what we want people to remember. We won't live forever, but our legacy could. In the 13th century, there was a man named Mansa Musa. We still speak of him today. He was the richest man to ever live, controlled half the salt and half the gold in the world. He made a Hajj from Timbuktu across the Great Sahara to Mecca. Took thousands of people with him. Each one of them carried a staff of gold. He devalued gold across the Great Sahara to the Mecca for 10 or 20 years because everybody had gold. I pour out a little love for Mansa Musa. Ashe? But there are people here that are a part of our black legacy. The only place on the planet you can find black people is in America. If you're in Cuba and you see some black people, they're probably Cuban. If you go to Nigeria and you see some black people, probably Nigerian. The only place you can find black people is here in America because we are the descendants of kidnapped kings and queens from Africa, black people. We went into ourselves when we were told we couldn't speak our language. We went into the blackness when we were told you cannot practice those cultures and rituals. We went into the blackness and created black history. But black history is what? American history. Come on, y'all be good students now. I'm not just talking to you for my health. This is so you can take something home to your children and let them know how it goes. I pour out a little love for Harriet Tubman. Ashe? Pour out a little love for Nat Turner. Ashe? A little love for Denmark Vesey. Ashe? How about a little something for Sojourner Truth? Yes. There was a man, he was a white man from Kansas, one of my favorite abolitionists. His name was John Brown. John Brown said there will be no slavery in Kansas. He was deadly serious. If he rode up on your farm and you had slaves, he would whoop on you for a little while and free your slaves, and then they would ride with him to freedom. John Brown, Ashe? Want to pour out a little love for all those innovators, all those people who created those sad songs when you work from sun up to sundown. That's where the blues came from. That's where the gospel came from. Ashe? Pour out a little love for Mahalia Jackson. Ashe? Pour out a little love for Nat King Cole. Ashe? Louis Armstrong. Count Basie. Did you know there was a woman, she called herself Billie Holiday. She recorded for 11 years, never got a dime of royalties. Billie Holiday has songs that still haunt us all. Strange Fruit, all kinds of things that were done, but people weren't given the opportunity to reap the benefits of. Black people never stop loving where you came from. Never stop believing in the shoulders that you stand on and are obligated. I want you to think of 5 names of people that I don't know. Your family, your names. In just a minute, I want us to fill up this auditorium with the names of our loved ones, people that we don't want to die. I want to pour out a little love for Satchel Paige, Ashe. Josh Gibson, Ashe. Want to pour out a little love for Sweetness, Walter Payton, Ashe. I want to pour out a little love for our beloved Kobe Bryant and his little girl Gigi Bryant, Ashe. And also all of the people that died with him on that fateful day, Ashe. Never forget those who came before you. Never forget your ancestors, because your shoulders will be the next set of shoulders that the children will stand on. Your life is like a comet flying across the sky, and that tail of light that follows, even after the comet has gone out of sight, that tail is still there for you to remember and to be inspired by. I pour out a little love for Nola D. Maxwell, Ashe. For the GOAT, Muhammad Ali, Ashe. Joe Frazier, Ashe. Right now, I'd like for you to say the names of your loved ones, people whose names I don't even know as I pour. Say their names. Say their names. Honor them. If you don't say their names, it's kind of like you don't love them. Say their names. Say their names. If they're not here with us anymore, don't forget them. Say their names. Say their names. Trayvon Martin, Oscar Grant, Sandra Bland, Michael Brown. Say their names. When you have some milk or some beer or some juice, pour a little liquid and say the name of someone that you don't ever want to forget. Like Whitney Houston. Like Aretha Franklin. Like Jack Johnson. Jack Johnson was unapologetically black. Jack Johnson was the heavyweight champion of the world in the early 1900s. Jack Johnson's job during Jim Crow America was beating up white men. Now, you know that didn't go over very well. Jack Johnson was an amazingly beautiful person, though. I want to pour out a little love for all those people who came before us, whose names we don't even know. Maybe they were strange fruit hanging from a tree, or some old man that died by himself because he had no family. We want to remember them. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Celebrate Black history. Black history is American history. You can't have one without the other. I'm so proud to be black. I've been teasing myself all month. I said I'm black to the third power. I'm feeling blackety black this month. I'm just saying. It's a cool thing. Brother, I'm so proud of you every time I see you, man. Every time I see you, you make me proud. Absolutely. You honor me. Thank you very much. Adrian, I love you, girl.
Ashe. That's Brother Clint. One more time for him, please. And while we're talking about Black history, did you know that Black history includes the invention of the clothes dryer? It includes the invention of the ice cream scoop. It includes the invention of the three-way traffic stop. It includes the invention of what we know as the modern-day blood bank and the blood mobile. Had Black people not existed, none of those things would have ever happened. The modern day, what we know as an automatic transmission, a Black man invented it. A mailbox, a Black man invented it. Hello, you know who invented caller ID and call waiting? A Black woman. IBM needs to give a lot of thanks to a Black man. A heart stent because of a Black man. So this is why we celebrate history, Black history, because millions of people who aren't black wouldn't be alive without black history. So let's just give a round of applause for those inventors and those genius minds that may not be on the level of Harriet Tubman and Rosa Parks, but still are with us every single day. And you know what else we have? We have voices. And we also have an anthem, the Black Negro Spiritual Anthem, the Black National Anthem. Coming to the stage right now, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Three the Hard Way.
Hello, everyone. My name is actually Michaela Cheadle, and I am part of a group called Three the Hard Way. We performed here last year, and this year it's just me today. So I hope hope that's cool with everybody. Amen. Ashe. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let it march on till victory is won. God of our weary years, God of our silent tears, Thou who hast brought us thus far on the way, Thou who hast by Thy might led us into the light. Keep us forever in the path we pray, lest our feet stray from the places, our God, where we met Thee. Lest our hearts, drunk with the wine of the world, we forget Thee. Shadowed beneath Thy hand, may we forever stand true to our God, true to our native land. Thank you.
Come on, nope. You're not getting away that fast. Come on. You got to let the people know who you are. Introduce yourself.
My name is Michaela Cheadle.
And are you on social media?
I am on social media. I just got married, but my name is still Michaela Cheadle it's Michaela Love on Instagram and Michaela Cheadle on Facebook, so you can find me there. Thanks.
There's 100 ways to spell Michaela, though. So, like, how do we find you?
Mickala, and the Cheadle, like the actor, Cheadle.
What a voice, huh? Absolutely incredible. Michaela Cheadle of 3 the Hard Way. Thanks for everybody. I know there's a couple of latecomers in the building, but here we are celebrating Black history for the second time in the perfect location in San Francisco at the beautiful Fillmore Heritage Center. Thank you to the Fillmore Heritage Center for opening their doors, for having events like this, and preserving Black history. All right, a very important person is set to come to the stage right now. Talk about Black history. No matter what is going on in this wonderful city, our mayor, London Breed, always makes it a point to come home and check in with us. Ladies and gentlemen, San Francisco, let's make history and celebrate history with our mayor, San Francisco Mayor London Breed.
Kimmy, good to see you. Thank you so much, Kimmy. Thank you, everybody. Well, first of all, I can't see a thing up here. But it's always good to come home to the Fillmore. I love this community, and I'm so honored to be your mayor, but also honored to be a product of the Fillmore neighborhood. The Western Addition, the Mo, the Philmo, whatever you want to call it. It has a lot of names, but it also has a very rich history. And what I'm so excited about today is just really the relationship that continues to become what I think one of the shining examples of developing a great relationship between our community and the San Francisco Police Department. It is long overdue, but more importantly, we didn't get here overnight. And events like this make it possible for us to come together to celebrate the African American history, but also to just take a moment to remind people about how far we have come. Now, I grew up in this community, and it's no secret that there was, at the time that I was growing up, a lot of tension that existed between law enforcement and a lot of the African Americans who lived in this community. And over the years, when I started working in the community at the African American Art and Culture Complex, the violence, and so many of you, I see Valley Brown and Adrian and Bicycle Bob and others who helped us through what was one of the most challenging times in the history of this city, the violence that occurred, the loss of so many African Americans, and specifically a lot of our young men. And what we had to do is come together as a community, come together and work with law enforcement to try and really keep our community safe. I got tired of going to the funerals of not only the people that I grew up with, but also later on when I was running the African American Art and Culture Complex, I was going to the funerals of their children. And working with the captains at Northern Police Station, bringing officers into the neighborhood groups and events that we had was not easy when we first tried to do it. But they kept coming back. We kept having the hard conversations. They kept answering the hard questions from young African American men. We, over the years, developed relationships, and we went from our young kids who wouldn't even speak to police officers to years later, little head nod. Years later, little fist bump. Years later, there's hugs and there's love. There's genuine love that exists because we made a commitment to work on that relationship. And that's what it takes to keep communities safe. There is no us versus them. We are all in this together. Every person in this room wants to go home safe every single day, and every person in this room wants their family member to come home safe. And the way that we protect and take care of communities in San Francisco is to continue to focus on solutions and building bridges. And the reason why, as we all know, this event is so important is because it's doing just that. It is building a bridge with organizations like Project Level and SF Safe and the Village Project and so many incredible organizations that make this community so great. Organizations that continue to work with our children, that continue to support our seniors, that continue to uplift people. And I want to thank Chief Scott. This is the second annual Black History Month event, and we have so many people who are a part of our law enforcement family, but also we have our newly elected Sheriff, Paul Miyamoto, here with us as well. And let me tell you, I want to replicate this and what we've done here in the Fillmore and other parts of the city. I want us to be really the ambassadors, to continue to develop those relationships and support one another and lift one another up. You know, who would have thought that the girl from OC Projects would have ever become mayor of San Francisco? And now, let's be clear, my responsibility as mayor includes not only everyone who lives in San Francisco, but also everyone who works in San Francisco, including the men and women of the San Francisco Police Department. And what that means is I have to make sure that I do everything I can to support everyone in this city, to bring everyone together. There is no us versus them. Black history is not just Black history, it's American history. And we celebrate it today by really being grateful for how far we've come, but understanding that we have so much more work to do. Because we know the challenges that exist in other parts of San Francisco, but exist all over our country. And we can serve as an example of how it's done right. We can serve as an example of how we come together, how we work together, how we build bridges. And today is about building bridges. Today is about celebrating this incredible community. And it is always great, as I said, to come home to celebrate, to come home and feel the love, and also to come home and figure out new ways that we can continue to move this community forward. I didn't want to preach today, but I will say that I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful about the future because we recognize, and we talk about this, and actually I just came from a ribbon cutting of a new African-American business in San Francisco that just opened in the Mission, and I think about just the change in San Francisco and even in the Fillmore and what happened in the redevelopment and how there were a lot of promises that were made and changes that occurred, and things still didn't turn out the way I think a lot of people thought they would. But the reason why I'm hopeful is because everybody in this city recognize the disparity that exists with the African American community and that we need to do more in order to change it. We can't just continue to talk about the data. We have to make real investments. We have to make real policy changes. We have to continue to come together and to lift each other up. And I think that there's a renewal of energy to do just that. Today, as we celebrate Black History Month, we think about our ancestors and the shoulders we stand on, but we also are here to dedicate ourselves to a new future for our city. I am not going to do this job alone. I'm depending on all of you to help, whether we're talking about reparations and what we need to do there, or investments in infant mortality rates for African Americans, or how we're dealing with homelessness, where we know 37% of the homeless people in this city are African Americans. You all are a part of the solution. I need your voices. because there are other people who are trying to decide what's best for African Americans in this city. And as long as I'm your mayor, I'm not going to let that happen, but I need your voices. So thank you all so much for being here today. I know there's a lot of great performances. I know there's a lot of great history lessons. I know there's some incredible people that are being honored and recognized for their accomplishments. And I am looking forward to, again, seeing a renewed energy in our community so that we can make sure that when people talk about San Francisco and that our diversity is our strength and that San Francisco is one of the greatest cities in the world, that it really does include a thriving African American community. Thank you all so much for having me here today.
Okay, so at this time, I'd like to welcome the Chief of Police, the Police Command Staff, the Sheriff, as well as the Police Commissioner. It's photo time. Come on. Picture time. Thank you very much, Mayor London Breed. Everybody give her a welcome. Come on, make some more noise. There you go. The paparazzi. Okay. So many important people in one room. Can we give it a round of applause for all of our volunteers that are here making things happen? I know we talk about, the big important people, but all the volunteers, their friends and family waking up early, putting up the decorations, checking the sound, and making sure that things are done right. All right, are you guys ready to dance? One of the most incredible organizations, a true backbone of our community, is summed up in 2 words: Project Level. Big Rich and Daniela Banks have put together an incredible program that has just gone above and beyond. They make noise when they need to. People listen to them, highly respected, and as they say, often duplicated, but it's never right. There's only one. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Project Level.
Hi, my name is Alexis Johnson, and I'm with Project Level. This is Kalia. This is Vivi. Hi. And so yeah, I guess we're supposed to be performing for you guys today. So first, I'm going to be. So to start off, I'm going to be singing in a cappella, just the last couple lines of A Change Gonna Come by Sam Cooke. There's been times that I thought I couldn't last so long, but now I think I'm able to carry on. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. Don't give up, never take it if it's not enough. Gotta keep it pushing, gotta keep it pushing, gotta put that work in, that's the way we gon' win. Don't give up, never take it if it's not enough. Gotta keep it pushing, gotta keep it pushing, gotta put that work in, that's the way we gon' win. Way too far to go back now, and it's our time to succeed. So come on, stand with me.
Put your hands up if you feeling the vibe. Wave side to side, let them know you feel alive. If you talking real love, then you talking to me. Young queens, young kings, we aspire to be. We use our voice, stand up for the fight to be free. And we don't need an army to be all that we supposed to be. That's the lesson to teach, and there we all gotta see. When we work together, that's when everyone can eat.
And don't give up, never take it if it's not enough. Gotta keep it pushing, gotta keep it pushing, gotta put that work in, that's the way we gon' win. Don't give up, never take it if it's not enough. Gotta keep it pushing, gotta keep it pushing, gotta put that work in, that's the way we gon' win. Way too far to go back now, and it's our time to succeed. So come on, stand with me. Sometimes you had to pick yourself up, cry on your own shoulder, give yourself love. Well, I'm here to let you know that you're enough, and it's alright with wrong. It's time to right these wrongs. And don't give up, never take it if it's not enough. Gotta keep it pushing, gotta keep it pushing, gotta put that work in, that's the way we gon' win. Don't give up, never take it if it's not enough. Gotta keep it pushing, gotta keep it pushing, gotta put that work in, that's the way we gon' win. Way too far to go back now, and it's our time to succeed. So come on and stand with me. Thank you. We're Project Level.
All right, here we go. Black History Month, we are gonna make more history. He arrived here in 2017. San Francisco. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up for San Francisco Police Chief William Scott. Good job, guys. Give it up for the cadets.
Thank you, Kimmy. Good afternoon. How's everybody feeling out there? Oh, come on. You got to give me more. How's everybody feeling out there? So first, let me say next year, I'm going to ask Derek to let me introduce the mayor, because it's very hard to go after the mayor. But I'm going to do my best. So first, let me thank all of you for being here. This is our second annual, as has been stated, and I want to go back to a little bit of history as I talk about why we're here today. In 1926, Dr. Carter G. Woodson started what was known then as Black Negro Week. And Dr. Woodson, who made it his life's work to really understand and promote the history of the contributions of Black Americans, didn't feel at that time that our contributions mattered. So he made his life's work making sure that, number one, that the research was done, and number two, that people knew what the contributions of Black Americans were in this country. In 1970, a group of students at Kent State University decided that a week was not enough, and they lobbied to have Negro History Week turn into Black History Month. Students, and I know we got a lot of young people in here, but listen to what I'm saying. You all can make a difference. The youth can make a difference. You are the future. And in 1970, those students had the vision that a week is not enough, and quite honestly, a month is not enough, because this, as the mayor stated, is American history. 1976, President Carter decided that the President of the United States would officially recognize February as Black History Month. And here we are. And I want to quote a little bit of what the mayor said earlier about building relationships and why we felt at the San Francisco Police Department it was so important to recognize Black history and have our own Black history celebration, because relationships matter in policing. And so often, we meet people under the worst of circumstances in crisis situations, and that's not the time to build relationships. That's not the time to embrace each other's culture. You have to do that daily, and you have to do that before there becomes a problem. This department has an illustrious history, and that history includes great contributions from Black Americans, from African American police officers, command staff, Earl Sanders, who was the first African American chief of police. We have our first African American mayor in the city. We know that Black history and Black contributions in this country matter. And this department saw a gap a year ago that we also need to embrace African American culture. Because when we understand where we came from, we have a much better path of where we need to go. So we pledge the San Francisco Police Department, we're part of American history as well. But we also know as an organization that we have to recognize the contributions that African Americans have made, not only to the city and country, but to this world, and we have to embrace that. And again, it's about moving forward. It's about vision, and having the vision to understand that if we don't lay down the roots right now, we have no chance of the tree growing. So we will lay down those roots from this point forward, and we will celebrate the illustrious Black history of this country and make that a part of our DNA. So I want to say a few thanks before I give up the mic. Community Engagement Division led by Commander Darrell Fung. If you all would stand up. And where's Tiffany Sutton? She's in the room somewhere. Our Director of Crime Strategies, Tiffany, and her family, stand up. And I want to give a special thanks to Derek Brown, because Derek, who grew up right around the corner. Derek came to the police department last year, but really when Derek and I started talking about making this happen, he just took it from there. And again, you know, last year when we left this event, everybody felt good about it. Everybody felt like, you know what, this is something special. So Derek, you started something special, man. Thank you. And finally, we have two of our commissioners, Commissioner Damali Taylor, who's the Vice President of our Police Commission, if he would stand up. And Commissioner DJ Brookter, where's DJ? Oh, it's hard to see up here, so I got to thank the mayor for appointing these commissioners, because they have been a breath of fresh air with our commission. They are visionary, they're fair, they're firm, and it's just what we need. So thank you for being here. And the last thing I have to say, because when I'm going to go back to Dr. Carter Woodson, Carter Woodson was a member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity, which I'm also a member, and I know we got a few of us in the house. So we always want to recognize that if you ever see me doing this, it's not a gang sign. But if you're a member of Omega Psi Phi, you know what this means. So, for Dr. Woodson, all right, thank you.
All right, now, thank you very much once again for our Chief of Police, William Scott. Words are very powerful. You should watch your words because they impact people. What we're about to get now is a spoken word performance. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back for the second year in a row, Officer Rodney Freeman.
My brother died in France, but I came back. We were just two colored boys, brown and black, who joined up to fight for the USA when the nation called us that mighty day. We were sent to training camp, then overseas, and me and my brother were happy as you please, thinking we were fighting for democracy's true reign, and that our dark blood will wipe away the stain of prejudice and hate and the false color line, and give us the rights that are yours and mine. They told us America would know no black or white. So we marched to the front, happy to fight. Last night in a dream, my brother came to me out of his grave from over the sea, back from the acres of crosses in France, and said to me, brother, you got your chance. I hope you're making good and doing fine, because when I was living, I didn't have mine. Black boys couldn't work then anywhere like they can today. Could hardly find a job that offered decent pay. The unions barred us, the factories too. Now I know we got plenty to do. We couldn't eat in restaurants, had Jim Crow cars, didn't have any schools, and there were all sorts of bars. To a colored boy rising in welfare station, now I know, well, that's not our situation. Because the world's been made safe for democracy, and no longer do we know the dark misery of being held back, of having no chance, since the colored soldiers came home from France. Didn't our government tell us things would be fine when we got through fighting over there and dying? Now I know we blacks are just like any other, because that's what I died for. Isn't it, brother? And I saw him standing there, straight and tall, in his soldier's uniform and all. Then his dark face smiled at me in the night. But the dream, cruel and bitter, and somehow not right. It was awful facing that boy who went out to die. But what can I answer him except it's a lie, it's a lie, it's a lie. Every word they said. And it's better 1,000 times you're in France dead. Because for here in the South, there are no votes and no right. And I'm still just a nigger in America tonight.
You said it too.
Then I woke up, and the dream was ended. But broken was that soldier's dream, too bad to be mended. And it's a good thing all those black boys lying dead over there. Can't see, don't know, and won't ever care. Thank you.
Incredible. Once again, Officer Rodney Freeman. All right, Mr. Freeman, thank you very much. That was incredible. At this time, I would like to invite back up to the stage Chief William Scott and the SFPD command staff. It is time to give out some awards, all right? This year, we would like to honor some incredible community leaders. The awardees have forever changed the lives of many and for the better. The SFPD Black History Month Difference Maker Award acknowledges special African American leaders and their contributions that continue to positively impact the lives on a daily basis. So that's what we're about to do, is give away some Difference Maker Awards. All right. The first Difference Maker awardee is a San Francisco native in his fourth and final year at UC Berkeley, majoring in legal studies and minoring in African American studies. In his free time, he works with the San Francisco Police Department as a cadet and is in the process of becoming a San Francisco police officer. This young man has made it his mission to give back to his community by helping others and making a difference. Your name is Dexter Cato. Please come to the stage. Dexter, Dexter, Dexter. Do you want to say something?
Sure. Hi, everybody. My name is Dexter Cato. Thank you. I first just want to say thank you to the command staff. I really appreciate everything you guys do for the cadet program. And for me personally, just always talking to me and always giving me advice about everything. I also want to give a huge shout out to my family, always there for me and always, just there. So thank you. But yeah, thank you so much. It's a privilege to receive this award. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Go right. Make your way around.
Make your way down the line. Congratulations, Dexter. Photographer, photo. Okay. The next Difference Maker awardee is currently a senior at my alma mater, Sacred Heart Cathedral, where she has been averaging a GPA between a 3.6 and a 4.0. Throughout her entire school career, while maintaining 2 jobs at Starbucks and with our Golden State Warriors, she is the oldest of 4 siblings and has a natural mother instinct when it comes to nourishing and taking care of other people and their needs. She has a beautiful smile that will light up a room and a personality that you are going to love and just fall in love with her right now. Raina Spears, you are the next awardee. Congratulations on being a 2020 San Francisco Black History Month Difference Maker. Come on out. Hi, say hi. You just won an award. How do you feel?
Good.
Who do you want to say hi to?
You said who do I want to say hi to? Yes. Hi, I'm Raina. I want to thank the chief of police, and Nate Ford, and Derek Brown for giving me this opportunity. And I want to thank my family for being my #1 supporters. So, yeah.
Congratulations. Sacred Heart Cathedral. Just a little biased. I'm sorry. All right, a round of applause. Thank you. Oh, paparazzi. All right, our next Difference Maker awardee is the founder of the Village Project, a youth service organization focusing on education and cultural enrichment for youth and their families right here in the Western Addition. The project provides a safe environment for public and cooperative housing residents with positive activities and events. She came to the Bay Area in 1974 and has spent the majority of that time and working right here in the Western Addition. Being a change maker, Adrian Wilson, come on up. Congratulations. You are a recipient of the 2020 San Francisco Police Department Black History Month Difference Maker Awards. Well, Adrian Williams, yes. Congratulations, Miss Williams. Hi, hello, come on.
Ooh. Hi.
You stand on the side. There you go. There you go.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm not going to be short and brief. This is, throughout my life I've gotten awards, and over the 14 years of working with the Village Project, most of them meant a lot to me. This one means a lot to me, in the respect that when I started in 2006, I got my first award from the San Francisco Police Department and the Public Library. So it's wonderful to be here. It's wonderful to be recognized for my work. I love Derek, my hero. So thank you very much. And I love this deja vu.
Congratulations, Adrian Williams. Congratulations. And our last, but definitely not least into the future, final Difference Maker awardee is the president of the Bayview Merchants Association, first vice president of the San Francisco Council of the District Merchants Association, a member of the San Francisco African American Chamber of Commerce, and president of the San Francisco African American Historical and Cultural Society. Try and fit that on a business card. Under his leadership with the society, he has continued to take the organization to greater heights. Al Williams, please come up and collect your 2020 San Francisco Police Department Black History Month Difference Maker Award.
Thank you. Thank you very much. As it was indicated, I'm Al Williams, president of the African American Historical and Cultural Society. I'm accepting this gratefully on behalf of the society because the role the society plays and the opportunity it's given me to be a part of, a deeper part of San Francisco. When I came to San Francisco in 1971, the first place I went was the African American Historical and Cultural Society because it was a welcoming place that had captured and was capturing the history of African Americans in San Francisco. Mayor Breed and a couple of other people have mentioned, and Chief mentioned, the importance of this year. The theme for African American Black History Month is African Americans and the vote. And that is a critically important situation we're dealing with. And I'd like to point out a couple of historical facts. One, this is the 150th anniversary of black men getting the right to vote. Black men won the right to vote in 1870. This is the 150th anniversary. That is very important, and that struggle continues today for us to have the right to vote, and we need to make sure we exercise the right to vote. Again, I'm really grateful to be here. My daughter, Marisa Williams, is the chair of our Black History Month committee, and is also an engineer with Swinnerton Builders. My son, Rodrigo, is here, who's with the San Francisco Fire Department. So we are a part of the city and integrated into the city and trying to do what we can to make the city a better place. Thank you very much.
Congratulations once again, Al Williams. Now will all the recipients please come to the stage for a group photo. All right. United Players in the house. Hi, Rudy. Yes. Congratulations to all of this year's winners. All right, you can't have a celebration without some good old music. Not only do the members of the next band protect and serve, they also get down and play wonderful jazz music. Fillmore District, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the SFPD Jazz Band.
All right, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. So this is the SFPD Jazz Project, and I know that might sound very strange to you guys. Like, what in the world and how in the world are there jazz musicians in a police department playing music? So earlier this year, in September, my old high school, San Francisco School of the Arts High School, the principal there asked me if I would help with their jazz program because the person who was running it at the time had an emergency where he couldn't do it. He couldn't run their program. So I was delighted to have the opportunity to step in and start the process of being a cop playing jazz at my old high school and running a jazz program there. It was very interesting, yes, thank you. The good thing about it is that I've met some really incredible young people in the process. And there are some very talented musicians here in the Bay Area, and especially here in our lovely city. What I would like to do is also, before we get right into it, give you a little background on something else that happened this year. Earlier this year, we had an incident here in San Francisco, which a lot of you might have seen, at a school where a student at a school painted her face with blackface and put it on social media. As we know, social media can be a very difficult place for young people to find themselves. That incident sparked I guess sort of a movement here in the city. So Laurel Sophia started a movement called Snitch on Racism. She brought it to the forefront, and so she wrote a poem today, or I guess a little while ago, about the incident. We're gonna play behind it. We're gonna show you guys how jazz and the arts kind of answer some of these issues that we have here in fighting racism, in also our identity in the black community. We do it through black music, and jazz is something that's very dear to the Fillmore District. We want to keep that going and keep that alive here. So check this out.
My name is Laurel. The person that I am. They see my blackness, they see my brown skin, making my caramel complexion more sour than sweet. You see, people get confused when we first meet because how could someone be infused with so many parts of the world? My melanated skin and crown of brown curls, they never see me as just a young girl. I am an Aries, which makes me the leader of Mars. While I have the privilege of living and walking amongst the stars, my people remain locked behind bars, locked with no hope of getting out. Shackled down if we're lucky. Those who aren't so lucky get gunned down. Pull the trigger until our bodies go limp. Beat until our bodies run dry. The blood of my people stain the concrete lies of this country. Lies told to pull apart the black community. Lies told to take away our opportunity. Lies that spark violence throughout our neighborhood. Turning our neighborhoods into the hood. Turning our streets into the ghetto. Turning our homes into projects. Violence like a wildfire spreads without boundaries. Burning names into our mind, Trayvon Martin, Oscar Grant, Tamir Rice, Nia Wilson, an endless cycle of violence, terrified that one day that name will be mine, making my voice silent, paralyzed in fear. We live in a country built on hate and lies, a country that has drawn clear, distinct lines between who can and who cannot, created a divide between the have-nots and have-gots. America, land of the free, home of the brave, do not talk to me about freedom. Do not talk to me about freedom until black and brown people do not hold the highest incarceration rate in America. Do not talk to me about freedom until my brothers and sisters can walk down the street without being questioned, walk down the street without hesitation. Do not talk to me about bravery. Do not talk to me about bravery when some of y'all are scared to leave your gated communities, when you live in green grasses and white picketed homes and you refuse to explore diversity. Fear just runs in your bones. Do not talk to me about bravery when you cowered behind your constitution, scared to face the facts, afraid to see that not all men are created equal. You hide behind your money, hide behind wildlife restoration movements, but have never given a damn about black life preservation. They ask me what I want. Well, Laurel, what do you want? You cannot demand perfection. Let me make it very clear, there's perfection and progression. Do not confuse the two. What I want for our community is progression. I want people of my skin color to be treated like a human, not like an animal. I want black and brown folks to have the respect they deserve because Lord knows we've earned it. I want us to spread love, not hate. I don't want us to settle for anything less than great. I want us to strive for something better. I want us to strive for something greater, and I want us to thrive because surviving just ain't enough. I want us to wear ice on our wrists, not cold metal cuffs. I want our generation to ignite change in this world. A world crowded with hate, horror, and hurt. Change that will reach every corner of this earth. Our voices echoing through mountaintops, into valleys, down canyons, and across the seas. While violence spreads like a wildfire, change will rush through the lands like a flood. Our generation will be that wave of change, drowning out the sorrow and the pain of my people, washing away our despair, cleaning our wounds, hydrating and enriching our souls, bringing us to a better place. A place where King's dream is our reality, where the soul of our nation is rooted in love, where we are liberated, bringing us to a better place where our blackness is celebrated. My name is Laurel Sophia Bandy, and I am the leader of Mars, and I promise I will bring my people up to the stars.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That was a Branford Marsalis composition called Cain and Abel, two brothers who are constantly having issues, I guess in a sort of a tragic way. But anyway, we're going to move on with something that is very nice from the Jazz Standard book. This is going to feature a young lady, 14 years old, named Laurel Bandy. This is called You'd Be So Nice to Come Home To. Sorry, Morgan Bandy.
You'd be so nice to come home to. You'd be so nice by the fire while the breeze on high sang a lullaby. You'll be all that I could desire under stars filled by the winter, under an August moon burning above. You'll be so nice, you'll be paradise to come home to and love. Under stars chilled by the winter, under an August moon burning above. You'll be so nice, you'll be paradise to come home to come home to come home to and love.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That was the SFPD Jazz Project. Out here working with young people, very talented people here in the high school age. We're going to be doing something with junior high school kids here in the Fillmore. We're trying to make more kids of color here do and play the music that belongs to the Fillmore, jazz music. All right. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Wowza, huh? One more time. I know. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. All right, it is at this time we need to acknowledge somebody very special. Somebody who had an idea and turned it into reality. Not just once, but we sit here twice. Derek Brown is the brainchild behind this event that we're having today. So San Francisco, please welcome to the stage our dear friend, San Francisco Police Department Senior Advisor, Derek Brown.
Thank you. Let's give Kimmy another hand. Give her a hand. Excellent. See, I wish you all could see what I'm looking at now, a sea of beautiful people. It looks so amazing, celebrating an incredible moment here today. I am truly, truly honored to see everyone. We have command staff. We have, not only that, we also have our sheriff, Paul, here. We also have a member of our fire department command staff. We got Erica back there. I see you. And also, we also have a Super Bowl ring in the house as well. I don't know if you're looking around. A good friend of mine played for the 49ers, crushed it, made it happen. His name is Dennis Brown. He's back there. I see you. Big D. Thank you. Thanks for coming out. And to all of our incredible sponsors, We have Cruz. Nadia, thank you so much. Cruz, thank you so much for your support. We have Lyft. We have Cheryl Davis with HRC. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. We also have Rec and Park. Give them a hand. They are incredible. Linda, Robin, Sharice, I mean, the whole crew. I mean, just with the help decorating and getting things situated. Don't you guys love all these beautiful plants and trees? It's from Rec and Park. The city family working together. We also have Project Level, our nonprofit, a community-based organization that I've been working closely with throughout the years, so Project Level. And it's so many more names that, I mean, I can't even really remember all of them. But the Each Foundation, Lionel Shaw as well, really appreciate you. SFGovTV, thank you guys so much for televising us. My boy Don, there you go, Don. Thanks again, all the incredible photo. Hey, appreciate it, thank you. Oh, and we also got Mardi Gras coming up with Miss Adrian, the Village Project, coming up this Tuesday here at the Fillmore Center. So definitely got to come out and check that out. I had to shoot that plug in. But the next and last person that I wanted to bring up to the mic, and also before I bring up this person to the mic, I have to give a shout out to the flower that pollinates my garden. That's my lovely wife, Tracy. Tracy's back there. Also, I got my mom's in the house, Adrian back there. She's over there kicking back. And then I also have my beautiful daughter, Dariana. She's back there hanging out. But next to the mic, I'd like to introduce someone that is so special. This minister is known all around the world, has been doing incredible work at Glide Memorial Church, and he will be leading us with a closing prayer. Minister Marvin White, please come up to the mic.
Yeah, and some light. Thank you. Happy Black History Month, everybody. So there's a difference when you realize the water course does not change you. That middle passages mean we have to navigate our future's ship. That our why existence has always been debt ledgered into this is how we gonna make it over column. And despite what cruise we thought we signed up for or were stolen into, we still gotta find a way to pull and push through this world. We still got to find a way to care for our wounded and to rebuild our lives and our communities and to vision this world full of victories and possibilities. We owe this and we know this. We still got to find a way to love and raise our children, to care for our elders, to know that art and spirit are also tech. We still got to believe that everybody gonna make it out alive. Everybody gonna get pardoned. Everybody will get exonerated. Everybody's gonna be found innocent of all the charges. Everybody will get liberated. Everybody gonna get let out. Everybody will get sent home. Everybody gonna get free. And if we really deeply, muscularly believe in freedom, in floating instead of drowning in epigenetic debt, then our freedom is only free if those who are coming next know that freedom can look like any of us and therefore can look like them. And if we really cellularly and spiritually believe in freedom, because we too have thought about jumping this life ship into the chance of the next place being better than staying in this place, then we must let them know that freedom is an extravagant welcome home, or else it ain't freedom. Freedom means that you must poet them in and sing them in and dance them in and organize them in and revolt them in, grow them in, feed them in, give them in, bring them in, volunteer them in, teach them in, lift them in, protect them in, and serve them in, vote them in, and register them in, and challenge everybody who say addiction is a choice, homelessness is a choice, mental health is a choice, poverty is a choice, incarceration is a choice, lovelessness is a choice. We must love them in and do something to dream us all into the same dream. The dream where we look at one another with a presumption of innocence. The dream where we begin to start seeing ourselves in our own beauty standard. The dream where we begin to know today that if it is always about love, and that it has always been about love. Love that shows our impact on the universe. Love that stops us from being the backwash and the backwaters to become the wellspring of humanity. Love that says nobody is powerless in this, even if all we got are love prayers. Love that says you are no longer bound by generational, psychosocial, spiritual contracts entered or tricked into by our ancestors and family members who offered our bodies, our minds, and souls as collateral for theirs. You are debt-free. You will go from knowing nothing to owing nothing. No more of your waking or resting. Your mind is not deeded or signed over to anyone. Your mind has never been water rights to sign over. You cannot lose your minds. You cannot lose. You will no longer to struggle to make these payments. You will come up for air today and get out from under today. Love that says you will make it, and then you will most be a difference. You will be that cup half full. Love that says when we know and understand the buoyancy of God and breaking the waves of destructive patterns, we move from backstroking to dog paddling. A love that says we must forgive them because we have always been something so unimaginable that they couldn't even see us. But we come and we hear. We come as light, we come as laughter, we come as life, we come as everything. We come as all the ancestors ever. We come as sun, we come as stars, we come as moon, we come as the universe, we come as all the heavens ever. We come as ocean, we come as tears, we come as rivers, we come as rain. We come as all the natural world ever. We come as rest, we come as rise, we come as all the righted cycles of life. We come as peace, we come as justice, and we come as joy. We come as faith, we come as all of the animated spirits ever. We come as medicine, we come as magic, we come as healing, we come as cure, we come as all the broken bodies ever. And oh my people, on this Black History Month, of this new decade, of this new dawning, in the restoration and reformation of San Francisco and our people in front of our community and that great cloud of Black ancestor witnesses, we come as if we gonna make it. Amen.
So I also want to say, look around you. You see the balloons, is the festive atmosphere, the design. Huge shout out to director Tiffany Sutton, Gaynell, her sister, for doing an incredible job with coordinating. It's spectacular. Thank you. Also to all of our cadets, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Give them a hand. All of our incredible police commissioners, thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. Also, we have SF Safe and a few others. And we are in store right after this, maybe in the next few seconds. We have some food that is off the hook. We have some soul food from Old School Cafe. We have a little bit of chicken, some collard greens, some biscuits. And then after you finish getting full with that, we also have some desserts with Yvonne's Southern Sweets. So we got sweet potato pies, we got some cookies, a little bit of everything. So make sure you guys enjoy that. I also want to give a shout out to all of our awardees. Congratulations. Keep making a difference in our community. I mean, you guys truly make us so proud. And also, like I say, behind me, we got my boy, the Warriors official DJ, DJ D Sharp, ready to be in the mix for our reception. Give him a hand, give him a hand. And during the reception, you can grab your food, come back here and get your grub on, and then we have some auction items. So upon entry, I hope you guys got your raffle tickets. If not, make sure you get one. We have autograph signed baseball bat from Buster Posey. We also have Jordan Poole jersey signed. We have that. Dwight Clark, we have a signed football from him. And we also have a City Hall dome tour package as well to raffle off. So once again, Kimmy, thank you. I can't thank you enough for being an MC, crushing it, guiding us. Thank you so much. Thank you. And Chief and the entire command staff, thank you so much for your leadership. Thank you so much for your guidance. Really appreciate you. Commander Ford, you crushing it. CED Division. Let's give Commander Ford a hand. Let's give him a hand. And he took the torch from now Deputy Chief Lazar. Let's give him a hand as well. Thank you. So we're out there in the community, the entire Community Engagement Division, Ken Lee, Sergeant Ray Padmore, Rock, Tori, the list goes on and on. So thank you guys so much and look forward to seeing you guys next year. Enjoy. Thank you.